Oh, really? No, I'm a cornerback, wide receiver, but I'm gonna go to college and play cornerback. I'm fast, athletic, physical corner. I love to play the game. Every time I get a chance to play, I play my hearts and play my heart out.
So, I mean, does it take a certain mentality to be a defensive player? A lot of guys that want to get out there and play offense, but I find that there's just a certain cut of a guy that likes to play defense. Do you think that there's like a defensive mentality?
Oh yeah, definitely. Defense isn't for everybody. For you to be able to be in defensive back too. I think it's one of the hardest positions on the field because you lining up every play and it's just you and a receiver and a bunch of space. So to play defense, I think you have to have a certain type of mentality to want to every play just run as fast as you can and knock somebody's head off. Not everybody could do that. It's not meant for everybody.
You got to be a competitor.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do you think that you need to work on to maximize your talents?
We one thing I could say, I guess, getting in the weight room, getting bigger, faster, stronger every year. Of course, everybody says that's kind of a cliche, but I think every year, I can improve my game every year by getting bigger, stronger, faster, maybe more film study, just anything to pick up an extra edge on your opponent.
You've already talked about your competitive nature. I mean, is that one of your biggest strengths? What's your biggest strength?
I think that's my biggest strength is my competitive nature, and when you step out on the field, you can't be scared to fear anybody, I think you always have to play with a chip on your shoulder and go 100% every time you step out there.
They say defensive backs have to have a short memory. I mean, sometimes ball's just going to get placed in the basket. Yeah. You're not going to be able to get to it. But, I mean, do you have that short memory? I mean, can you sit there and get past the play that may not go your way?
Oh, yeah, of course. You have to, like you said, playing defensive back. It's just nowadays offenses and quarterbacks and receivers, they're just too good sometimes. You could be all over, man. He'll still make a great catch because receivers are great athletes also, So you're not going to win every battle, but even though you do have a short memory, even if you do give up a catch or something, you got to remember that so you don't want to give up another one. That's how I look at it. But, of course, if you give a touchdown, it's going to happen. You just got to rebound and be ready for the next possession.
Shifting gears to your recruitment, I mean, you got a lot of great offers out there. Did you come up with a top list here recently?
Yes, sir. I announced the top 5.
Okay, and then who make up your top 5?
My top 5 is Georgia, Florida, LSU, Ohio State, and Tennessee.
All right, let's talk a little bit about each of them there. Talk about, the home state dogs.
Really, I really have a lot of high interest in Georgia. Of course, I'm from Georgia, grew up in Georgia, so having a chance to play at Georgia would be a great honor. And I really like the coaching staff up there. I have a real great relationship with Coach Pruitt and Coach Rick, Coach Johnson, really all the coaches up there at Georgia. They make me feel at home every time I go up there, and I can really see myself being a dog.
Talk about the Gators too. Talk about what you know about the Gators.
Oh well, I recently in January I took my first visit down there. And I met with the new coaching staff, with Coach Callahan and Coach McElwain, the new head coach down there. And I really had a good time with them, and I really think they're going to have the Gators back on the right winning path.
About LSU?
Well, LSU, it starts with the defensive back coach, Corey Raymond. Him and my father played years together in the NFL. So I've been knowing him since I was a little kid, and then also it's just LSU, they call it DBU. It's a great place down there, and I love it every time I go down there.
Going to get to Ohio State in a second. I'm drawing a blank on the fifth school.
Tennessee.
Talk about the Vols.
I really like Tennessee. It's a beautiful place. Knoxville's a great football town, and like Coach Butch, I really think he has a program on the uprise. He's really turned their program around big time, and I think he'll have Tennessee back where Tennessee used to be. I think he really get them back up there.
Now all the viewers of this want to know what you're thinking about the Buckeyes.
Oh man, I love Ohio State. I really do. They up there, they probably my second right now behind Georgia. I really love Ohio State. I love what Coach Myers done to him. He got them back winning, Just everything about Ohio State, the tradition, just Columbus itself. Ohio State's a great place. I have a real good relationship with Coach Ash and Coach Coombs, the defensive back coaches up there. I talk to them almost every day. And I'm taking a visit up there for spring break to go up there for my first time, and I'm really looking forward to it because I might make a decision that time.
I mean, what does Ohio State have to do to go from 2 to 1?
Really, it's just all about how my visit goes. Cause I've been there, but not really on a recruiting visit, because I was younger. So maybe it'll be different on my recruiting visit when I go there, and that might really push them over the edge right now.
What's most important for you when it comes to making a decision? I mean, a factor or 2 factors to make that school stand out and be the school for you.
Well, honestly, it's just where I can see myself fitting and playing and fitting in, and it's just going to school and being a student at somewhere for 3 or 4 years, because people don't really look at it, but 4 years is a really long time. You want to pick the right place to live for 4 years because you're up there most of the time.
Everybody's kind of on a different timeline. When would you like to make a decision by? I mean,
probably after spring ball and after the school year, so probably May or June before I go in my senior season.
Would would that be, would that be a relief being done with that, so you could focus entirely on your senior season on the field and in the classroom?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like recruiting, I think it's a fun process at first, but it gets to a certain level where it gets stressful. Your phone blowing up every day. Coaches always ask you to call them. Every time you go places, people ask you questions. It's a great process. It's a fun process. It's like if you get to experience, it's a really good time. But it starts to get to a point where it's like I kind of want to make a decision and just focus on winning the state championship for my senior year.
I see you very active on social media. I mean, is it still fun on there with with the recruiting? Does it wear on you a little bit?
I mean, it's fun sometimes because it's like the fans and everything. It's just crazy, that these people from all over the place, like fans, like to talk to you, try to put their input in and say why their school better than another, But I try not to let it get to me, because everybody out there could play, and there's fans, talking to everybody. But it's fun, but then it gets to a point where it's kind of annoying sometimes.
You're only going to make one fan base happy.
Yeah, that's one thing too, So it makes it's a pretty stressful. It's a stressful process.